Hello and good morning. I'm still talking about the courthouse, right? I'm talking about the courthouse and I'm talking about the education. Like, you have to get your education. You have to learn what is going on because no one is going to tell you. And it's like the RICO Act, that's a law. That's a law. And it has been passed since 1970, okay? We are in 2025 and the RICO Act is still going on. It's organized crime. It's organized crime. Everybody's a part of it. Everybody's a part of it. You know? And it's like the act was put in place to stop the crime because it was a lot of organized crimes and it was with the mafia. It was the mob. It wasn't, it was still street crime, but then this crime was more organized because now they got their hands in places of power. They got their hands in the courthouse. They got their hands in the police stations. They got their hands in law offices. Everybody's afraid of the mafia. That's why nobody wants to take my case because they're afraid of who the boss is. Like, who is the boss? Who's this fucking boss? Like, I want to meet this fucking boss. Who is the fucking boss of the unified court system? And everybody's so scared of this person. I don't even know if it's a man or if it's a woman, but everybody's afraid. Everybody's afraid to come against the courthouse. I'm not afraid. I want somebody to answer me. I want somebody to respond to my case. I want somebody to respond to the unclaimed fund cases, the inheritances, the lawsuits, the missing money, all this stuff that's going on, and nobody has anything to say. And then it's all a part of the RICO crime, and it's an act that has been instated since 1970. 1970. In this video, I'm going to go into the Civil Rights Act, because the civil rights are laws. This has been passed since 1964. And then they don't let people know about the Civil Rights Act. We should learn about the Civil Rights Act in high school, in fucking middle school. You should know the act so that they don't discriminate you, so that when you're looking for a job and you're not being discriminated against because of your skin color, because of your religion, because of whatever, I'm gonna just go in. I'm on Google. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 is a landmark U.S. law that outlawed discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, and national origin. I had to go to school to learn this. They had, like, with handicap. They had to fight for their rights, just for us to have the doors, the wheelchair access, for them to have access to places that us, regular people, we could go anywhere, but handicapped people couldn't go anywhere. They couldn't go outside because nothing was accessible to them. So then they had to fight for them to have basic rights because the United States of America didn't care. They didn't care. They had to fight for their rights. And it was a video. I saw this video. This girl was handicapped. She couldn't walk. And she climbed up the steps because she couldn't walk. And I'm just like, oh my God. And they were fighting for their rights. It's basic human rights. They should have these rights. And they had to fight for the rights. And now the law is passed where every place has to have wheelchair accessibility. It's accessibility in the trains, in the buses, wherever you go, there's wheelchair access because wheelchair access was not available. It was not always available, and it was bad for people that didn't have access, for handicap. And they had to fight for their rights. And I'm just like, wow. And this is basic 1964. Outlawed discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, and national origin, making it illegal in such areas such as employment, public accommodations. They can't treat you fucked up because you can look the way you look or you whatever. They can't discriminate. It's against the law, and you can sue them. Fucking sue them. Sue them. This is against the law. You are violating my civil rights. You are violating my rights. Like restaurants, hotels, like you could sue them. Fucking sue them. and federally funded programs. Like they'll discriminate you because your race, your color, your sex, whatever. They're not supposed to discriminate against you because it is against the law. And federally funded programs signed into law July 2nd of 1964 by President Lyndon B. Johnson. It is prohibited segregation and enforced equal access to facilities and opportunities, also creating the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission to ensure compliance, the EEOC. But then the EEOC is so overwhelmed with work that a lot of the work doesn't get work. A lot of the cases, a lot of discrimination acts, it times out because people don't do their job there either. Because I have filed complaints with the EEOC and they don't do anything. But by law, go to the EEOC, they'll help. Yeah, you go there and then they don't help. It times out, and then it timed out. Oh, you can't do anything because it timed out. And I'm like, that's why I'm suing them, because nobody wants to do their job. And I'm just like, what the entire fuck? What the act prohibited. The Civil Rights Act of 1964. The act bans discrimination in employment based on protected characteristics. In public accommodations, they cannot discriminate against you. Places like hotels, restaurants, and theaters, public schools and facilities, they can't discriminate against you because they have to ensure equal access for everyone. Federally assisted programs like you're applying for something and then they deny you just because of what you look like. That's discrimination. It's prohibiting discrimination in programs receiving federal funds. It outlaws discrimination. It is prohibited discrimination in many aspects of American life based on protected characteristics. It outlaws discrimination. It's against the law. I can sue you. I am suing you for discrimination. It ends segregation. Segregation was when white people and black people, white people and people of color were kept separate. We weren't together. We were kept separate because whatever it was, And we had to fight just to be able to sit together, go to the same bathrooms, go just basic civil rights, And these people act like you don't have rights, like they're violating your rights, and they want to act like they're not doing anything, and they're doing everything fucking wrong. The RICO Act was done in 1970, and the civil rights, basic human rights, they violated so bad. They had to create laws, and this was in 1964. It was created. And then in 1970, it was so corrupt and so organized. Everybody's a fucking criminal in a suit and tie. In a suit and tie. So it's like, I'm talking and I'm telling you about this. And it's like, you can't act like it's not happening. These laws are created because there's a problem. People are not complying. People are not doing their job. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. They're discriminating. Why nobody answered this case? And it's been filed since March 1st of 2024, and no one responded to the case. And it's a case against discrimination, sexism, racism. It's everything. I'm suing for fucking everything. The EEOC, Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, is also it was a place for it to help people being discriminated against. You're supposed to be able to go to them, but then they're so overwhelmed because there's so much illegal things going on. It's like they can't even process the work. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 is considered one of the most significant legislative achievements in the American civil rights movement, transforming many aspects of American society and setting a standard for equality. We're supposed to be treated equal. They're not supposed to be treating me like this. They're supposed to respond. They're supposed to do their job. And